just want to show you a few quick things about how you can see the comments on your paper, how you can access Microsoft Word through Spartan Hub and your university webmail, and finally, how you can make sure that you are seeing the rubric before you submit the paper. So first of all, way up here in the corner where you can barely see, if you are on your university webmail, there's this little square with dots in it, and that has magical powers because it allows you to access all kinds of very useful applications that come with your university technology fees. So if you click Word in that, you can open a document and you can see any revisions or track changes that are in that document. So while Microsoft is misbehaving over there, I'm going to switch back over to our class our class page and show you how you can see the rubric for our paper, and check over your paper to see if you've covered the most important points. And I'm going to do that. You can't see it, but for the professors, there is something called a student preview that enables me to see Blackboard as you see it, supposedly. If you think there's a discrepancy here, you should definitely let me know. But I'm going to scroll down to have a look at the paper assignment. And I think I must have opened it. So when you open the assignment, you can view the instructions. There's also this blue link that says this item is graded with a rubric. And what that means is that if you click, you can see the rubric or the chart that I use to grade your paper. And you want to also look at the arrows at the side because they explain how you earn the points. 3 points if you reference 3 different sources that we've used so far in class. If you only use one, it's 1.5 points. If you use none, the points are 0. And then you need to explain, of course, and you can do this in your own words with your own example, the relevance of these different ideas and definitions of gender to your own life. In the grammar part, I just want to remind you that you probably want to have topic sentences and paragraphs, and Unity similarly asks you to think about, well, this is my idea of gender, this is my experience. At the end of the paper, you might want to think about how your ideal of gender would look in the future or how it might look now. And if some of those historical definitions of gender that we saw in Makers, or that maybe even Lorber uses or Kessler uses in terms of how they used to determine babies' sex, especially if they're intersex, you can talk about or critique those things if you would like to. And then finally, the title. This doesn't want to let me show the title, but if you use a phrase, essentially, I think the suggestion is if you can use a phrase, there we go, something clever from one of the readings, a kind of catchphrase, then you will get your point for your title. Let's go back and see if Microsoft Word is behaving. Well, it's not. I'm not sure why that is. There are other ways that you can download Microsoft Word if you go through the technology page, but just to make life a little bit easier, I will open a Word document. And I'll just show you quickly that there is a function called track changes where I can put in suggestions for how you might want to edit your phrasing. This is from a different class, but the way that you get to see the track changes comments or the changes that I make in your paper, as you can see, this is a paper that I revised for another student. The way that you're able to see all of that is if you go to Review in Microsoft Word and you make sure that Track Changes is showing all of your changes, that you can tap on Track Changes. Then if you want to accept the changes, you want to see all markup, that's what the options look like. Then you can accept or reject the changes. So here, if I just changed a word and you want to accept that, just click accept and it's going to go through and make the revisions that I suggested fit into your paper. But if you don't like the way I changed it, you can just change it in your own way. So let's say you don't even want to have a long sentence there, you want to make it short. She sacrificed her body. And risked death, because you think the sentence is too long and I should have fixed that. Then you can go ahead and accept the way you wanted to fix it. The IT page does have, or I'm sorry, your Spartanburg landing page will help you get to most of these resources. You should be able to get to your Microsoft Word through email. I don't know why mine isn't working. I think I don't have enough internet. But you can also go right here on the Spartanburg tiles, on the Spartan Hub tiles, and you can look at the tools that are available to all of us on our campus website, and you can open Microsoft Word there. And that worked a lot better. So you can create your document. You want to make sure that you save your document, and you can also save it to OneDrive so you can make sure it doesn't disappear, but then it might be hard to find on your desktop. You'll have to call IT to sort that out because we all have different kinds of computers and I am not a computer expert. But these are just some helpful hints for looking at comments on your paper, but also checking the rubric before you turn in your paper to see if you've added all of the qualities that will help you earn full credit. Have a great weekend.